Special segment tonight reports on a frightening sign that sports competition is being pushed too far. It is the steroid scare. Steroids are muscle-building drugs widely used by athletes, often beginning as early as high school. And as Jim Cummins reports tonight, steroids can build bodies, but they also can destroy them.
It's a drug being abused by a growing number of athletes. Some people say in epidemic proportions. Anabolic steroids, male hormones that can make the user much bigger and stronger in a matter of weeks, giving him the advantage, the edge, in such sports as weightlifting, track and field, swimming, and football.
I've seen guys come in here and within 30 to 45 days put on 25 pounds of pure bulk muscle.
The old pros know all about them.
You know, you could kind of use steroid as almost a shortcut to getting the performance and the muscularity and the strength, endurance, and the power that you want to succeed in your sport.
The young kids know about steroids, too.
What do you weigh?
165.
What do you want to weigh?
190.
How do you plan to do it?
Juice.
Juice. That's what they call steroids in the gymnasiums and locker rooms of this country. Steroids, which were developed several decades ago, have a legitimate medical purpose, such as treating accident victims for shock. But it wasn't long before normal, healthy athletes discovered another use for the drug.
Because I want to gain, size and mass, and I don't want to wait years to do it, and this is a way of speeding up the process.
Steroids are legal when prescribed by a doctor, but they are readily available on the black market, which only recently became the target of police investigations when scientists discovered the drug can be dangerous.
And there have been recorded deaths from these drugs, from cancer of the liver.
Dr. Robert Voy is the chief medical officer for the United States Olympic Committee.
The steroids are believed to cause hardening of the arteries, which can lead to high blood pressure, and maybe at age 30 or 35, these youngsters are going to suffer from premature heart disease and stroke.
Glenn Maurer used to be one of the strongest men in the world, could lift 700 pounds until he had a heart attack at age 28. He's suing the doctor who gave him steroids.
So suddenly your whole athletic career is gone. You go back to that weak, insecure person that started me on the steroids. You know, it's like that little boy was back.
Come on now, come on.
But despite the warnings, athletes are under growing pressure to build themselves up with steroids.
This professional athletic business show is just here for a short while and it's gone. And in order to take full advantage of it, you are going to have to get an edge somewhere.
College athletes are seeking the same edge. A recent NCAA survey at 11 colleges found steroids were used by athletes on all of the campuses, more than 30% of the players on some football teams.
Whenever there is pressure to succeed, pressure to keep the money coming in, there's a direct correlation between that sport and the use of anabolic steroids.
Medical authorities fear this steroid epidemic may be spreading into the high schools. They are alarmed that youngsters may be taking a male hormone that can make them more sexually aggressive and harm their underdeveloped bodies in other ways. Randy Merrill manages a gym outside Atlanta. He believes up to 20% of the high school football players he sees there are on steroids.
So there's a great pressure for the kid who wants to go away and play at a good college to bulk up, get the weight on.
A kid like Craig Woody, who desperately wants to get a football scholarship at a big-name school. Woody, number 44, was a good wide receiver for his suburban Atlanta high school team, but he believes the college scouts ignored him because he's too small at 165 pounds. So this summer he plans to build himself up with steroids.
I heard that, steroids does make you gain weight. I've been trying to gain weight for the past year, milkshakes and all that. It doesn't work for me.
But Craig Woody is not too young to recognize the dangers of steroids.
Yeah, in the future, like when I'm 20 years down the road or something can be, bad, I guess. 'Cause I think it has a lot of liver damage or kidney stuff or whatever.
Do you care about that now?
No, not really. But I will later, I know.
It's to keep up with the Joneses of athletic success that really breeds the explosion of the steroid epidemic in the United States today.
The widespread abuse of anabolic steroids has prompted some medical authorities to demand a crackdown on the use of the drug. But it won't be easy to stop young athletes from using steroids as long as they believe the chemicals give them the edge in competition for college scholarships and multi-million-dollar professional contracts. Jim Cummins, NBC News, Chicago.